Hello, everyone, and welcome back to We Are Trying Our Best. My name is James Langan,
I'm Braden Dyreson.
and on this episode, we have a lot of topics for you and one very special one that we'll keep to a secret at the end. But first, we're going to discuss some ways you can pass the time while you stay up all night for your football tickets. Then we're going to talk about the Penn State password hijinks that Braden has had to deal with. And then, Braden, can you tell us our final topic that we're going to tell them?
Oh, we're going to talk about what the social scene at Penn State is like if you're a freshman. So, upcoming freshmen, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's how we keep people watching the whole time.
Hooked.
We also have a very special topic at the end that we're not going to tell you. And don't put this in the headline, whoever edits. It's a secret. But all right. So I remember as a freshman, I stayed up all night to buy my football tickets. It was a very euphoric night, I'd say.
Yeah.
Lots of deep thought.
Spiritual experience.
Yeah. But I just kept getting bored, and you realize that 7 hours of one show is just too much all in one sitting, just for me personally. So, Braden, you want to give us a way you can pass the time?
Oh, man. An easy way I find to pass the time is watching paint dry.
Okay.
Now, this is really, you're going to need some art supplies in order to do this. So make sure you have a parent or guardian around to help if you need. But I would just recommend, painting your feelings up on the wall or, wherever on a canvas, whatever medium really speaks to your inner muse. And then just wait and watch it dry. And it really brings your art to life in a way. You really feel it. And it also, it's better than sitting around waiting for the ticket office to open up.
Mm-hmm. One way that I think I'm going to pass the time this year is I'm going to take my leaf blower and I'm going to go outside in my neighborhood and I'm just going to do some yard work, some really loud yard work.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to get the whole neighborhood involved. We're all just because no one wants to work in the heat of the sun, middle of the day. So I figure better time than any to just, cut those flowers, trim those bushes. Just do what you have to do. Get those weeds out of the way. Just be very overly loud at 3 a.m., the wee hours of the night.
Man, that's really efficient of you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that 3 a.m. slot is really productive for work, especially, yard work, outside stuff. Yeah, I'd say something else that you could do that can help contribute to your experience of buying the tickets, is that I swear, I remember buying tickets my freshman year, and the Penn State ticket office to get your identity in the whole thing, it has more security than going through TSA at the airport. They need your ID, you need your ID number, they need your date of birth, they need your social security, they need fingerprints, they need a retina scan, they need DNA samples. I mean, they're just really, so you'll want to make sure FBI fingerprints, CIA background checks here. You'll want to get through all of that, have all that stuff in place so that you can confirm that, yes, you are in fact a student at Penn State buying a ticket, and that you're not stealing someone else's identity, to do it.
That's fair. But if you're able to do all these things, if you're able to find a way to pass the time and stay up and get those tickets, and you're an incoming freshman, that's great. But if you're an incoming freshman and you miss out on the tickets, you're gonna have to look for some ways to enjoy your first semester. And me and Braden, we've been there, we've done that. We've been around the block once or twice. We know what it's like to be a first semester freshman. So we're just gonna set the scene for you because I'm sure there's a lot of misconceptions out there.
Yeah.
But the first thing I want to tell you is that you're going to do a lot of aimless walking. You're going to find a group on the first day. You're going to walk everywhere with them. And the conversation, there will be no substance to it. You'll be asking the same questions over and over again because you don't remember their names. You've asked where they're from 5 times. There's not much going on, but you're just going to aimlessly walk. And you'll look back on that time and you'll hate it. It's very boring. No one wants to talk to you, but it's okay because it gets better. Maybe.
It's true across your entire Penn State experience that you got to have answers to these things ready, but especially that freshman year semester.
Yeah.
You got to be ready to whip out your name, your year, your major, and sheets or Wawa.
Yeah. And where you're from.
Where you're from. Yeah, too.
Everyone's
those 5 things, man, you can figure out all there is to know about a person through those 5 questions. And then I love, going through the whole thing and then just having, strangers, like you're talking to some people before class or whatever on the first day. And to see their, nods of, yeah, man, there's no better feeling in the world. And when I know we're going to be close whenever they say, their name, year, major, sheets or Wawa, and I go, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, is that that's near New York? No, not at all. Okay.
But here's another thing that's great about the first semester. You're either going to learn that you can live with someone in the same room or you can't. You're either going to love your roommate or you're going to hate them. There's no in between. No one tolerates their roommate. That's just not how 18, 19-year-olds are built to deal with stress. It's a love or it's a hate. And you're going to sit there for months and months, 3 feet away from that person. And you're either going to create lasting memories or you're going to know nothing about them past those 5 questions that Braden just explained.
Yeah. James, what was my first semester freshman year roommate? I don't think I even learned the 5 questions. What about you, James?
I enjoyed my freshman year roommate. I still live with him to this day. We developed a great bond. So you're getting both sides of the spectrum here, people.
Exactly.
You're getting lifelong friendship versus Gatorade carelessness. Braden, you want to tell us about your password problems?
Oh, yeah. So, sure, as everyone knows, you've been flooded with emails saying to reset your password, that they're redoing the login, just some nonsense Penn State online bureaucracy,
As always.
So yesterday I got an email saying, right, that, hey, make sure to get on the waiting list for fall housing. And I was like, I thought I already had a contract for fall housing. So I sort of not freaked out. I was worried. So I was like, I'll just log into eLiving and see what's up. And I attempted to log into eLiving and it was like, you've logged in too many times. So now we're locking your account. Go call the IT people. So, I ring up the IT help desk. I'm like, hey, here's what's up. Can you please help me? And the person was like, yeah, nobody over here can use their Penn State user ID to log on to anything. Something's wrong. The engineers are trying to fix it. They, said today would be fine, but obviously not. So none of the IT help desk can help with anything. So if it's not time sensitive, just log in a few days and don't worry about it. Then she was like, but I'm worried that yours might be time sensitive. I want you to figure out your housing. So then she sent me over to housing and I called up and I explained. The person was like, oh yeah, your contract's good. We just send out those emails to everyone. So it's like, good. Oh, okay. It's just an ad. And she was like, no, it's not an ad. It's just we're sending out information to everyone about fall housing options. And I was like, so it's an ad. Like Penn State emails us like 10 ads a day, even though we already go there and already paid them an arm and a leg. She's like, no, it's useful information that you need to know. And I was like, but I have a contract, so it's not very useful to me. So it's just an ad that you sent out to everybody. So long story short, if you can't log in to any of your Penn State stuff right now, wait a couple days, I guess, because IT can't help you because they can't do anything.
That's okay. Braden, forgive me if I'm wrong, but is that your Keystone Media Award behind you?
That is, in fact, behind me. Up on the mantle, next to various family heirlooms, I decided to put up, of course, the Keystone Media Award.
Wow.
For the second greatest podcast in the state of Pennsylvania. I actually forgot that was up there. I put it up there. My sister recently graduated and is going to Penn State. But we had like a small graduation party in here. So of course, all of her accomplishments were up on the mantle. So I decided just to like put it in place, I would put that up there.
I think I lost mine.
Wow. Shame.
I only care about first place, okay?
That's true. We need a flag.
I want
this next year, though. We're going for it.
We are trying our best. But before we end, we want to talk about our very secret topic that I'm glad that all 1,000 of you have waited until the end for. So I'm sure everyone knows about the popularity of the Marvel TV shows, and the one currently taking place is Loki. And Loki centers around variant versions of the character across different universes in the multiverse. So, and all those variants are a bit different. So I thought me and Braden and I could talk about the variant versions of ourselves and what they might be up to. So Braden, you want to take it away?
Oh, I would be honored. I mean, the amounts of variants of myself. I think there's definitely one in prison. That's for sure. 2 or 3 in Cabo, just chilling it up. There's a variant with a good freshman year roommate. I'm jealous of that one. I mean, where do my variants even stop?
Never.
Maybe we have variants that won first place this year for the Keystone Media Awards.
That would be jealous.
That would be crazy. Yeah. What about you, James? What are some of your variants?
I picture a lot of my variants are north of the border in Canada, being woodsmen, because there's nothing I can imagine hating more than being isolated in the woods for an eternity, what it must seem like for those people who live there forever. But I also picture there's one of me in Guantanamo Bay. There's one who, there's got to be a famous artist because I can't draw for my life. Yeah. So there's got to be, I picture the variant versions of myself are good at all the things I'm not good at, which is most things.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I'm not good at committing crimes, for better or worse. So there has to be a lot in prison like you.
Some would say worse.
Yeah. And just, I'm bad at a lot of things. So I picture all the other variants are doing really well for themselves. That's the furthest, that's the best I can give.
Here's a question about, your possible variant that we might cut out. All right. So the editors, listen in. See, you can cut out here. So in the show, right, Loki finds a female variant of himself.
Yeah.
And falls in love with her.
Okay.
James, do you think you would fall in love with your female variant?
See, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
Have you met me? I am the most self-obsessed individual. Yeah. Little known fact, behind the scenes fact, I have never once spoken to Braden with an ounce of respect outside of the screens of this podcast. He is but
Yeah.
a bug on my windshield when it comes to the grand scheme of life.
I mean, this relationship is just on screen.
If I could marry myself right now, I would. I
Like
don't need a
Dennis
variant
Rodman, right?
version.
Hey, look, follow your dreams, man. That's what I say.
Would you get involved with the variant version?
In a heartbeat. I mean, how could anyone resist a female version of myself? You know, I can barely resist this male version of myself.
Braden.
Braden. Yeah. So definitely.
Well,
I couldn't.
in case any of you out there had any doubts about our humility,
We are very humble.
yes,
One of our best qualities. One of the
we
things
are
that
the
make us
best
so
at being
great.
humble. We're the best at being humble.
Yeah, it's hard being this humble, but we make it look easy.
People say it all the time. James, Braden, how are you so humble, guys?
How, the amount of times I
You
hear
run the second best podcast in the state of Pennsylvania, run by
I
students.
talk about people, you know, it's always name, year, major, sheets or Wawa. How are you so humble? That's when I'm introduced to people, how it always goes.
That's just how it is. That's just how it is. But that's all the time we have today on We Are Trying Our Best. Thank you everyone for watching. Braden, any parting words?
Stay fresh.
Oh, here's some engagement that Ben will like.
Mhm.
If you enjoyed this podcast, leave a like on YouTube, and also in the comments, leave your name, your year, your major, sheets or Wawa, and how humble you are.
Social security number.
Yeah.
Credit card number. Pen.
But we'll see you all next time on We Are Trying Our Best.